Most hikers step onto a hot trail thinking a massive jug of plain water is their ultimate defense against the heat. Sweat drains away critical dissolved minerals, primarily sodium, that your body uses to fire nerves and keep fluid balance inside your cells. Drinking pure water refills the fluid but leaves the salt behind, progressively diluting your blood sodium. This triggers the sudden calf cramps common on long climbs, and that unexplained flat fatigue that more water cannot fix. And any strenuous hike exceeding 90 minutes in high heat, a strategy that focuses solely on fluid volume eventually sets the body up for failure. This imbalance leads towards exercise-associated hyponatremia, the insidious danger of drinking too much plain water without salt. As blood sodium levels drop, water moves into your cells to equalize the pressure, causing them to swell. When brain cells swell, the condition becomes a medical emergency. The early symptoms, headache, nausea, and confusion, perfectly mimic dehydration. This creates a trap where the instinctive response to drink more water actively worsens the cellular swelling. This quadrant chart plots duration and heat against hydration risk. As time and temperature increase, the risk shifts from standard dehydration into the hyponatremia danger zone. A pulsing indicator here shows compounding risk. Increasing plain water intake without sodium rapidly accelerates blood dilution. Navigating peak heat requires a deliberate plan to put sodium back into your blood, rather than just forcing water into your stomach. For sustained hot weather hiking, the baseline requirement is replacing roughly 300 to 700 milligrams of sodium every hour. Your specific target depends on your physiology. Salty sweaters, those who finish hikes with white crust on their skin or stinging eyes, must target the high end of that range. This comparison matrix breaks down the 4 primary ways hikers hit that hourly target, evaluating them by sodium density, calories, and total pack weight. Pre-mixed sports drinks are the most accessible option, offering convenient hydration with a moderate 150 to 300 milligrams of sodium. However, carrying enough liquid weight for a multi-hour hike creates significant pack bulk, and the sodium-to-sugar ratio is often too low for severe heat. Salty snacks like turkey or pretzels are a cost-effective alternative that provides both sodium and calories. The trade-off is precision. It's difficult to track hourly milligrams through handfuls of snacks, and digesting solid food during high-exertion climbs in the heat can cause severe gastric distress. While snacks work for short trips, sustained efforts require specialized formats that maximize mineral density without adding unnecessary pack weight. Dissolvable tablets provide exact dosing, usually 200 to 400 milligrams of sodium per tab, with almost zero impact on pack weight. Because they contain virtually no calories, hikers on all-day efforts risk physical exhaustion if they don't plan separate fuel sources. Single-serve powders combine heavy sodium replacement, often up to 500 milligrams, with roughly 100 calories of carbohydrate fuel. This forces sugar intake and adds slightly more weight than tablets, and mixing them in trail conditions can be sticky and inconvenient. The tablet on the left is for hydration without calories. The powder on the right is for when your body needs fuel and salt simultaneously. Choosing between these formats requires matching the gear to the specific intensity and caloric demand of your hike. Managing these formats effectively requires a shift in behavior. You must move away from rigid, scheduled drinking. Using a drink-to-thirst methodology allows your body's natural physiological signals to dictate your total fluid volume. While it feels counterintuitive to trust your thirst in extreme heat, this is the most effective way to balance the overlapping risks of dehydration and hyponatremia. Combining this instinctive baseline with measured, hourly sodium intake keeps your fluid and salt levels in balance. This decision tree maps your protocol. The primary rule: let thirst guide your volume. Casual hikers use plain water and salted snacks. Ultralight hikers use dissolvable tablets, 1 per 16 to 24 ounces hourly. Endurance hikers use powders for salt and carbohydrates. Monitor your physical feedback as you move. If you see white salt crust forming on your clothes, increase your sodium dosage. Mastering trail hydration requires matching the specific sodium format to the physiological demands of the environment and the intensity of the day.